this point, we have about 140 people who have a Juniper account. They've been using our test application. I have had groups of people who we've been meeting about how to use Report Studio and this Query Studio tool. I'm working with some folks next month, about 40 people, about how to use that. So we've been working with them, and we've been showing them the tool. We've been showing them the application. So again, they shouldn't be surprising you at the last minute. These dashboards happen to kick off right as you go in there. But the Bob Sweeneys of the world and the high they like this because they can see where we are. Of course, this data is about 14 months old, so we're really further along with our campaign than the chart shows. But that's becoming much more prevalent in the development world about graphics and seeing where people are. And of course, they can hover over it, and it tells them, for this year you raised this much money. And if you wanted to see who that is, you can break it out. Here's my people, here's my, by the schools, and then they can keep drilling down to see. That's really where we're going. The links on the left, again, I could drill down again. They love this part of it. We're not going to be able to build too many of these. We're going to build some very straightforward reports that they can get the information out, and then we'll circle back after we go live and come up and do these kind of things. But for your perspective, it's VPN. They have to have that to get in. They have to change their password every 90 days. That's like, there's a lot of new things for them. They don't have to have VPN today. They don't have to change their passwords. So both with the application and with Juniper, so they're going to get confused. They're going to have lots of questions.
Linda, forgive me, I'm not much on the development side. You said you had 140 users. There are dozens of development organizations that have University of Virginia in the name. I work at the University Library. Hope Perkins, for example, was ours. Would he use this system?
Linda Hansen, do you support Linda Hansen? Is he in your area?
No.
I know Chris Larson.
Chris.
Yes, she would use it. I don't know who else. I have 140 who have access. There's like 350 plus development people who will eventually get called up.
So you would say, for our perspective, there's 2 or 3 people per unit?
Exactly. Some of you really only are supporting small. I mean, Wayne has the largest. He's got like 100, 150. He's the big chunk of it. Exactly.
I think my question is similar, but maybe more general. I don't think I have anybody that uses this.
You may not.
But how can I make sure? Do you have a list? Do you have a list of login IDs?
Maybe. See, you can have access to the app. I mean, you don't necessarily have to have access to the application to get in development.
So over the years you've been there.
I have a list of who has access to our application.
Well, you would have set up somebody to use it, the regular advance, not the web advance.
No,
This is the first time I've ever even heard the word advance.
You probably don't have Because I will tell you, these people, they cycle around pretty quickly, so they come and go. And you haven't heard them.
But you don't have any way to guarantee me that I do or don't. Okay, thank you.
No, because I don't.
I welcome this new security model. I mean, I've been wanting to see this have some other way of segmenting this off the public network. Right now, the security says after darkness happens on Eastern Standard Time, the server gets cut off. Access gets cut off for advance. Is that going to be the same with this? Or is it 24?
No. This application will be available. The reporting will probably be unavailable while it does this ETL process. But that's one of the biggest complaints now is we shut them off the app to do the data entry. So they're in California.
Right.
I shut them down here at 7 o'clock. That's my biggest complaint. So,
Yeah.
no, the applicate where they enter their contract reports and they do their data will not.
I'm still concerned about the sensitivity to data inside this database. I'm still confused why it's not sensitive data and requires 2-factor authentication.
It doesn't. We used to have Social Security number. We don't have Social Security number anymore. It's gone through ITS.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this may be for you, but one of the challenges that the IT community at UVA faces is often when we're setting up or testing problems with our customers. In my case, let's use Hope Perkins. Hope isn't there. Hope gets up and walks away, and we're on a phone call. something that has helped us in the past is if there was a generic LSP test account which had absolutely no powers, but would enable us to test the VPN connection and test that we can bring up the page without being able to run any reports or see any data. That would be helpful. If you can look into that, that would be
You
smart.
can have our VPN account, it doesn't really
Yeah,
matter.
we don't really want But it would help us, I think, in helping your customers.
Yeah, we'll have to think about that when
Right.
The other thing that Wayne wanted you to mention in the application and this, we've gone to larger size monitors, because when folks are doing data entry, you can see how, you have the arrow down, and there's a lot of white space to the side, although we're gonna put in a patch, not front for this, but on the application. So they're gonna they're filling up more of that white space. But our data entry people would rather have their monitors this way, so that they see more of the full, it's just straight data entry, not having to scroll through. And so that might be one thing you look at, if you have somebody who's in this application a lot. There's only a couple of, like Alumni Hall and in my area, and in Gift Accounting, those are the people who are hardcore data entry 8 hours a day. Outside that, people might get in and look. Now, it'll be a little bit more because they go to different applications today, but I don't know. That might be something else that they come to you about. But again, I'll share these slides with Kristen, and Wayne will be sharing some information as we make this transition with who sets up the Juniper account. But it's exciting for us and the development officers and the people who have seen a lot of this and are starting to use it. There's a lot of excitement out there. But you're right, along with that, we have to provide, be very secure with this data, watch what you're doing, and exploiting it, or exploiting it. But it's what they've asked me to do, and it's what we're doing. I'll give Kristen my information. You have my information if you have any questions about the application and the go-live date. The go-live date is not going to change. We're like band-aiding our current servers are on Sybase. They're at least 5 years old. Every day I wake up and I see the servers are up and running on the application. It's a good thing. It's like 242 days to go.
And the training set and scheduled for
Yes.
October 20th?
Well, I think it started at the end of October. We have the Phonathon Center over there behind that Taco Bell. We do the training.
Okay.
And, we're going to have multiple sessions. They can come back and forth. I tried to tell them, don't be the first time that you see this stuff when you come to training, and definitely not the first time you see this marketing. It just takes a little bit of time for them to come. As much as I try and get the message out, they'll do what they're doing.
So can current advanced users
Yes.
call Wayne, get a login, and kind of look at the test bed?
Yes, that's why I've got 140 people already in the test applications. Are they using it? But they have the access, and I keep, in September, I'm going to let them come into the reporting world. We weren't quite ready for them to do that yet. Then they can start playing around with what reports are there to give them a brief overview. All right.
So then you may have said it, but what's the support model going to be for people using their own cell phones out in the world somewhere when they can't get in?
They're going to call Wayne if they're
That's why you're giving out
there.
Wayne's number, I got it.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what you're going to have to work with them on, because, they won't be able to access it without having it. Now, if they need their password reset, that's why we'll have something set up, because that's one of the bigger things right now, the 90 days, because they're not used to the 90 days, is having to change that. So this is whole new culture for them. They've never had an application like that.
If there are other post-training help questions, is there going to be any integration with help desk, or is that going to be handled by your group, or?
We have a help desk, which we will help them with the applications, and Wayne's going to have something set up to help them with it. So they already have a help desk in place, a number that they call for us for the applications today. So they'll be a little bit different just for the June. So they're sort of in that mode of having calls. It's not the central area, but they already know our help desk very well. Well, thank you, and again, you can call, ask me for questions, and if they're really Juniper, and I probably know a little bit more about Juniper right now than Wayne does, but when we're adding another 200, I just can't do the 200 account create.
So Lynn, just because I'm taking notes, what is the help desk number specific
It's
for?
924-6311.
Thanks.
Now, we don't get too many people calling that today, because 2 people manning the help desk today haven't really been on the application. Anyway, they can call that and then just refer to me. Or they can
Excellent.
call my personal, they can call my 924-7816 number.
I'm not going to put that one in there, but thank you.
Thank you.